much water on this time.
All right, we got a little more water. Drink it, baby.
Down, baby. How you feel? Huh? Talk to us, man. It's your time, man. You feel the same way you feel all the time when you're in the gym, all right?
This guy shouldn't be taking that away from you. You're not strong, you're letting this guy take the pace now. You're going in there not doing nothing. You need to get in there with a jab right hand. Solid. I mean, solid. You just cannot waste the time. You understand? Okay. Let me look. Water.
Round 8 coming up.
Raheem went on the offense in this round with a little bit more conviction than we've seen in recent rounds. And maybe he likes the feel of that rather than just skipping away. He beat Juarez to the punch consistently.
Yeah, it seems like his confidence is growing as the fight is going on too.
Now Raheem looks indeed like a confident fighter after the last round in which he realized that he could land his jab, he could follow behind it, he could counter at those moments when Juarez tried to mount an offense. And Juarez appears off balance as Raheem seizes the initiative and begins to attack him more freely.
Yeah. Juarez is a little bit slower. If you notice, he moves in walking on his left heel, making initial contact, whereas Raheem is on his toes. The ball of his feet makes initial contact, so it gives him a big advantage for his footwork.
Surely Juarez thought that by this stage of the fight, he'd be inside trying to hammer Raheem and walk him down. He had that situation a few rounds ago, but not now. Second warning, what does that mean? He's already deducted 2 points.
See, when a referee and a fighter gets this type of a confrontation, it really takes the fighter's focus a lot off his opponent, which makes it very vulnerable for him to get caught with a good punch. Because right now, I think Raheem's more focused just about equally on the referee as it is on his opponent.
Which makes it doubly impressive that he's fighting as well as he is.
It's amazing. And right now, I'm beginning to wonder if Rocky is beginning to lose his concentration and focus.
I wonder if all this stuff about holding behind the head has distracted Juarez too.
Juarez is still punching with good power, though.
But Raheem is outlanding him 2-1.
Oh yeah, he's definitely winning the fight now. He's taking control.
Right. Step back.
He's winning the round. Emmanuel, he's not winning the fight yet. He fell behind. Fight for 3 points.
We talked about the risk that promoter Main Events was taking with its 3 young star fighters tonight. And here you see that risk graphically portrayed as Rocky Juarez is being outboxed by the more skillful Zahir Raheem even before his home crowd in Houston, Texas.
Watch your head, both of you.
Good uppercut by Juarez. Good left hook inside by Raheem.
But Raheem cut right back. He refused to let him take control.
Step back. Right.
Raheem managed to get his left hand off of Juarez's head in there. Holds it here above Juarez's shoulder, trying to avoid another one of those holding calls from Robert Gonzalez. Big right hand to punctuate the round by Zahir Raheem. He's coming back.
Deep breath, son. You got to refresh yourself. Take a deep breath in here. Come on. Let's go.
Go down, turn the left hand to an uppercut. Easy. Uppercut, right hand. But you can't go in there and dictate. If you go dictate it, get outside. Let him follow you. But don't go in there and just don't do nothing. You understand? We lost this last 2 rounds.
Now he's a sucker for the left uppercut. You understand? Keep measuring him with the jabs, eh? Touch him, then with the bomb. Touch him, then with the bomb.
Keep on boxing him, baby.
Hands up. Let's go.
Between rounds, or during the late stages of the last round, Rocky Juarez's manager, Shelly Finkel, with a very worried look on his face, came all the way around to the corner to talk to Juarez's trainer.
Rayon Taveras. And in that round, Raheem had his highest CompuBox numbers of the fight. For punch output, 83. For connected punches, 21. So Raheem is the rising tide now as we get to round 9 of a scheduled 12. And what a nice job, Emmanuel, that Zahir Raheem's trainer, Fred Jenkins, has done keeping his fighter in the fight and focused.
I think he did a fantastic job, not only just the strategy, but psychologically, because Raheem seemed to have given it up at a certain point, and he did a great job of getting him back in the fight strategy-wise, and also treating him as if he's a fighter and not a guy that's about to give up.
Robert Gonzalez is going to take Raheem to his corner.
Come on, let's go!
To observe the taped wrapping around the glove.
Get over here. Get over there.
Gonzalez sends Raheem to a neutral corner and takes a look at Juarez's wrappings, and now we go back to the action. 2:11 remaining in the 9th round.
Well, I don't understand. Juarez's wrapper is loose too. I thought he was going to have that taken care of.
He did neither. And indeed, the wrapping around Rocky Juarez's left glove is streaming in the air. Larry, a viewer asks you, will Zahir Raheem have a case for a protest against the referee if he were to lose this fight?
No, he wouldn't. Technically, the referee is right in what he's done, but it's unusual to say the least.
Not to mention, getting a protest fulfilled in any boxing jurisdiction is difficult at best.
He can make a case, and if he should lose a close decision, perhaps he
They
won't
may give him a rematch, possibly.
possibly a rematch, or possibly he won't get punished as much in the rankings.
Ultimately, your best defense is your fan base. If people believe that you deserve a better fate, then often you get a chance at it. Raheem leaning in on Juarez, and we suspect that Zahir Raheem may be the bigger man by 6-7 pounds, even though Rocky Juarez entered the ring tonight 9 pounds over the featherweight limit at 135. Raheem, we suspect, probably put on something close to 15 pounds after weighing in at 126 yesterday. That's based on Emmanuel Stewart's previous experience training Zahir Raheem in the gym.
Yeah, I think he probably came in over 140 pounds possible. But, you know, that's the rules, and some guys get away with it. It just happens.
Both fighters have loose tapes on their gloves.
But right now, it looks very good for Rocky because Zahir is standing there trading with him more and more, and Rocky still is a puncher.
Cut it and put some more tape. That's all wet.
Here's a look at some of the confrontations between referee Robert Gonzalez and Zahir Raheem throughout the fight.
Stop holding behind the head. One point, hold him behind the head. Hey. One more time. Stop! Stop! All right. Hold him behind the head. One point. One point. Stop! Stop! Second warning. Get off the head. Second zone. Let's go. Let's go.
I would have penalized Raheem about a half a point for all of that.
I wouldn't have penalized him at all, because he's just fighting the only way you're supposed to fight with a shorter fighter. But
in the 9th round, Juarez outlanded Raheem 14-9. First time he's outlanded him since the 5th round. Go ahead.
But I see Raheem seemed to be, to me, given a little bit mentally again.
Don't hold him, don't measure.
Well, this is the moment at which Juarez is going to have to prove he can impose his will on a skillful fighter.
Yep.
The streamers have been repaired on Juarez's glove, but Raheem's right glove continues to float the wrapping tape out to the side.
No, they're both with tape flapping.
No, Juarez has been corrected.
Like I said.
Right, step back, both of you. Step back, right. One measure.
So is the flapping tape on Raheem's glove a potential distraction to Juarez, or is he just not worried about
it? It gets to be a distraction, especially when it's flopping and maybe the punch I mentioned sometime the tape laces will still hit you on your face.
Juarez has been doing some good body work in this round. Raheem doesn't seem to be effective.
There's another right to the body.
Raheem is not really boxing as much anymore. He's basically pulling, and then going into clinches, where before he was changing angles, moving around, punching, doing a lot of things to cause confusion, but he's not doing that anymore.
This gives Juarez more of a chance to get inside and do his own damage.
Yeah, and these rounds can be very crucial right here, the last 2 rounds, especially with those points that was taken away from Raheem.
One more point. Hold behind the head.
Oh my God, he gets...
Hold behind the head.
Well, this is going to make it impossible, in all likelihood, for Zahir Raheem to win a decision. He's lost 3 points to holding behind the head, and he's lost another point for a knockdown.
Also, it's taking his focus and his concentration out of the fight. He's spending more time worrying about the referee than he is about Juarez now.
And if Juarez can win this round, it's a 10-8 round for him. And so far, he's had the better of it in the round with his body punching.
I don't know Gonzalez. I wonder if he has a reputation for doing this.
I don't understand why he hasn't taken that tape to listen and had that corrected.
I don't either.
It's as flagrant as it can be. He actually stopped the fight at one point for the purpose of preparing the tape and didn't do so, even though Raheem's tape was streaming as it is now. This has been a big round for Juarez, who has pummeled Raheem with combinations to the body.
This is what I expected.
Come on, man! Get the tape off me, man!
I could see this was going to happen sooner or later because Raheem is fighting the referee just about as much as he's fighting Juarez.
Suck in, son. Take it. You can't be inside.
11th round. Stop holding behind the head.
Deep breath.
Block it fighting in there. But you got to keep them hands up, break in, boom. Okay?
Here's the last time that he was penalized. Now his gloves are around the neck. There's no doubt about it. But it would seem to be a lot of these are should be no harm, no foul.